Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. Test, test, test. What's going on? What's going on? I see you up in here. I'm gonna start bringing stuff down in a second. We're just gonna wait a couple more minutes. See some more people hop up in here. Then we're gonna go ahead and start bringing some stuff down, y'all. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna start right now. So we got a few setups we're looking at, y'all. So again, if y'all watched the Sunday chart analysis yesterday, or if y'all was in the London session live yesterday, things are doing what we was talking about. We have these gaps that got filled up. Right, we see GJ filled that gap up yesterday. We can see we had the news at, what was it, 10:30 yesterday, or 10 o'clock, I should say. Yeah, we had 10 a.m. news yesterday. We can see here when the news popped off, we had volume push us down because we had bearish momentum. But yeah, what did we talk about? We needed price to break and hold this low as resistance. We failed to do so, right? We failed to break and hold this low as resistance, right? Because prior to this, we was catching sells on GJ, right? And this is the lowest point. And just like we was catching sells previously, where price hit this level, it rejected, get to the same level, rejected, right? You can literally see, try to break through when the 10 a.m. news popped up. The next 15 price rejected, right? And then that gap got filled up. So now we're looking for buys again. So we're going to be watching to see if price can break and hold 193.50. If it can hold 193.50 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 194.10, right? GN still is struggling to break this next resistance level, hold as support. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Now we do have New Zealand news tonight. Well, this evening, I should say, right before markets close. Prior to New York, GU, same thing, filled that gap. You can see a 10:15 candlestick, just like GJ 10:15 after the 10 a.m. news, reverse, brought price right back to where it left off last week, right? This is where we left off last week with this consolidation. Caught that one buy on Tuesday, and the price consolidated and chilled here the rest of the week, rejecting this low over and over again. Then we had that gap to start off the week yesterday, Sunday night. Got filled up. So now we're going to be looking for buys, right? But we need to hold this lower back as support again. So that's what we're going to be looking for right here with the GU. The GU can break and hold 24.30 as support. We can look for buys going to 24.75. So we got a few setups we're looking at. Now we do got 10 a.m. news today as well for the USD pairs. And again, like I said, we got 4:45 New Zealand news right before markets close. And then, of course, tomorrow we got the FOREX ADP, and we got New Zealand holiday tomorrow as well. So we're going to go live with the members tomorrow during ADP. And we're going to see if we can catch some setups today, y'all. Let's see if we can catch some setups today. The NAS filled up the gap yesterday as well. Again, you can see 10 a.m., 10:15. So basically, price did the same thing in the majority of the charts we looked at yesterday. Is gold. Like I said, gold's been the only exception the past couple weeks with as far as struggling to make moves and lack of volume and things like that. Yeah, we're gonna see what this 15 plays out and how it plays out. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today, y'all. You already know the drill. Make sure to go ahead and like the live, y'all. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm looking at your charts. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. We get to that easily. Sound good. Perfect. Those just joining the stream, we have not entered this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. You'll see on your screens. Well, I got to update it actually. I typed it. I already posted it in the what you call it, the free Telegram. I just got to update it on the YouTube side. I'm just looking at my crypto right now. So hopefully y'all took advantage of the crypto sale that was taking place the past couple days. Right, y'all been following me on Instagram, or if you're in the crypto Telegram, and telling y'all take advantage of that sale. I showed y'all an example in the crypto Telegram yesterday of how to take advantage of when things are on sale, right? Because again, everybody was freaking out. Everybody and their mama. Y'all probably seen a bunch of posts on social media. Everybody freaking out because crypto was retracing. I keep telling y'all, when crypto retraces or when stocks retrace, right? That's when you want to buy. You want to buy when things are on sale. The reason why a lot of times people struggle to make gains or they lose so much off these retracements is because they're buying at the prices to a 20, 40, 50% increase, right? But when things are at a 20, 30, 40, 50% decrease, it can be a sell. Nobody wants to buy. Everybody's freaking out about it. You don't want to buy at the price is already doing the move or done with you, right? You're going to get caught with the retracement. Right? You want to enter off the retracement, ride the wave up, right? So if y'all watch my previous crypto videos, I was telling y'all about some coins to jump into, right? One of those coins I was telling y'all about in the previous crypto video was Chainlink. I also told you about the price point level to jump into if it retraces, right? So you can see for the day, now it's different now. This was last night, or I forgot what time I posted this. Let me see what time I posted this. I posted this, last night, like Tokyo session, like right before Tokyo session. So yesterday, Chainlink went as low as $16 and went back as high as $22 yesterday. Now, I didn't even buy at $16. I repurchased or bought another, bought some more when it hit like $19. So I didn't even get it when it was at $16. And from the $16 low point to $22, the high point, it did a 6% gain or increase for the day when it was on sale, right? But you can see my today's return is 8%. So how did I get 8% when I only did 6% gain? Because again, when you understand how to read the charts and enter at the best or the most ideal price points and levels, you can even get a higher gain for the day than the actual coin did for the day, right? Like, so here's another example from yesterday, right? Another coin I told y'all to start buying, AVE. That thing went as low as $195 yesterday. Did an 8% gain for the day yesterday, right? But I jumped in again off the retracement and made 17%, right? So again, it's very important where you purchase and invest at, right? It's very, very, very important. You don't just want to buy, but where the price you buy these stocks of coins is very important as well. And if you buy at a certain price point, you'll be able to get a lot more bang for your buck, literally. You see what I'm saying? And that's just a couple examples of that. So GN's still taking a nap. GJ's pushing nicely again. We're looking to see if it could hold 193.45 as support. And because again, those that didn't look at your chart Sunday night, we had extremely abnormal gaps on like all the charts besides gold to start off the week, and all those gaps got filled yesterday, which is why the charts kind of look kind of wonky, especially like GU. Like GU looks freaking wonky yesterday. It looks a little bit better, but like you can see like some crazy stuff going on. Like just look at this candlestick here, just craziness, right? But if we could hold this level as support, we could see buys come back into play. So that's what we're going to be looking for right here. A new 5-minute just popped up. So we're going to put it right here and watch to see if we can break it, hold this level as support. All right, but hopefully that investment tip makes sense to y'all. All right. Let me catch you this chart though. Can we look at gold? Yeah, we can look at gold. So gold made all-time highs again. It made higher highs. and it's pushing like crazy, right? So like I was saying, gold is like one of the few exceptions as far as the gaps are struggling to continue the trend. It did struggle a little bit like a week or two ago when we caught that previous buy, but after we broke that resistance, had the support. You see for the past 4 days, it's been flying up. So right now, you can still look for buys. I'd recommend waiting for a retracement. So if it retraces back down to like 28.04, you go for buys, go back into the resistance level at 28.18. Or if it retraces back down to 27.88, you can look for buys. Wouldn't really recommend looking for buys with breaks back about 28.18 to hold that support. I'd much rather recommend waiting for a retracement, but I'm still looking for buys here on gold. Yeah, we're still looking for buys on gold. So while we're doing an excellent investment tip, yeah, y'all make sure to write that down or save the timestamp, whatever y'all got to do. Because again, that's going to take y'all's investing to the next level, and again, it's going to help y'all make a lot more money than just buying randomly or just buying whenever you open up the website or the app or whatever, right? And then depending on the brokers or the apps you use, you can literally actually set orders. That's one thing I do as well when it comes to investing, right? I'll set orders at certain prices, right? So again, those the videos where I talk about certain prices to pay attention to the DCA in and DCA out at, y'all can set orders at those prices, right? So be like, look, I want to buy X amount of this or X amount of this once it hits this price, right? So that's why I do as well to get some of the best prices to enter at and stuff like that. But also I'll be on the charts as well. But even when I'm not on the charts, I set orders or I have alerts, of course, to pay attention to certain prices. Let me update the monthly recap poll. It is a new month. Yeah, but if y'all watch this video, y'all should be up right now. Majority of these coins right here. All right, it's all mindset and perspective too when it comes to investing, right? Because what do we see a lot as well? Like when the moves happen, people are like, damn, I missed that. Or, damn, that was nice. Or dang, I missed this. Is it too late? Is it too late? That's why I always say it's late. Excuse me, that's why I always say y'all are late, but it's not too late, right? Because retracement is always going to happen. But when the retracement happens, everybody freaks out and ain't with it no more. It's like, no, this is what you want to buy. Right? And again, I buy more on red days than green days. If it's a green day, I much rather just let it ride. Or if it's one of the days where I have certain days where I purchase certain coins, that's different. But for the most part, on green days, I just let it push. Now, if it breaks a new level, I add a new position. But I put most of the money in on the retracements, right? Because again, think about it, I just showed you all those that just joined, rewind, 5-6 minutes. But I just showed you all what happens when you buy on these retracement days. What can happen? So imagine if you have your first position, price goes to the next, retrace to the next level, you buy. Man, this stuff gets deep, y'all. This stuff gets deep. So I talk about a little bit in the video I got dropping today. But yeah, this investment game gets deep, y'all. But again, I'll be dropping tips on my Instagram story and in the crypto telegram all the time. So make sure to be on those, right? Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram playmaker underscore wait, TikTok underscore playmaker wait underscore. Post every day on both pages. New 15 just popped up. NAS is still taking a nap. So NAS game plan is still the same, right? Like we was talking about yesterday. You can see the gap get filled up, as we can see right after the news, just like all the other charts. 10 a.m. news tried to break the level, failed to break. The next 15 right after the news, price reversed. It also goes now, members and students, you already know this because we go live twice a week, every week during the New York news. But this is why I always tell y'all to watch my How to Trade News playlist, right? And that's why I was laughing the other day when that dude was in here talking about I don't be teaching anything, right? So y'all go to my How to Trade News playlist. That's one of the rules that I stress in the How to Trade News playlist. What's going on, Nicole? I see up in here. Class is in session. We ain't never lied. I never lied. You ain't missed too much. I do recommend rewinding though. Later on or after lives over rewatch. We did break down some important stuff. But missing a trade or anything? Yeah, we're missing any trades yet. We got a couple settings we're looking at right now. We're looking at possible GU buys. We're looking at possible GJ buys. GJ's got some work to do though, as we can see. Yeah, we got a couple settings we're looking at. Again, y'all, we got 10 a.m. news today, and then 4:45 New Zealand news right before markets close. Back to talk about the How to Trade News playlist, right? If y'all watch the How to Trade News playlist, or if you're a member of student, you already know how we do or how we go about news days, right? What I always say when it comes to high impact news days, it's okay to take a trade before the news, but if it's an hour before the news is about to pop off, it is recommended by me to just wait for the news to finish, at least an hour after the news, to take a setup on that chart or pair. So now let's look at this. GJ, right? Members, you already know because I dropped the New York price. Watch this right before the news, right? We go into the advanced play signal room. You can see I dropped the New York price. Watch this 9:35 right before the news, right? And then we play this. Let me see. Let me see if I can get to it. Okay, so here's GJ, right? So in this part, I was talking about if we can hold this level as resistance, we can see sales, but we need to break and hold this level as resistance for the downtrend to continue. Just like we talked about in the London session live, and then you literally see me talking about. I'm just gonna let it talk. All this stuff, right? It's not, but anyways, that's besides the point, right? If you get it, you get it. Right. So you literally see me pointing out, talking about that, right? So again, I can't make none of this stuff up. So again, that was right before the news popped off. 10 a.m. the news popped. Let me turn this music back on. There we go. All right, cool. Again, we had news at 10 a.m. yesterday. 10 a.m. the news popped off. Boom. Did a push. Right? But just like I talked about in that video, just like I talked about yesterday, we still need to break the horizontalized resistance for the downtrend to come into play. We failed to do so. So again, what would have happened if y'all would have took the trade right after the news popped off? You would have got your stop loss hit and smacked, and you would have been scratching your head confused, right? or y'all would be like, oh, fake out, or oh, the markets just got me, or the bulls, whatever people be saying, right? Boom, right? You would have got fucked up. So again, this is why, again, you don't want to ever be in a rush taking a setup, and the rules you have in place, you want to stick to those rules until something shows you that you need to change your rules, right? And that's why I'm always so strict and picky with my setups, and I don't care how long it might seem or take. If my rules aren't met, if I don't see something I like, I'm not going to take the setup, right? But that's just an example right there. But yeah, we got GJ retracing, retesting. Again, right now we're kind of in no man's land right now because again we just filled this gap up. So from this point, again, for trend to come in and continue, which is why we're looking for buys, if we can hold this level as support, is because we look right here again, right? Again, price is a very strong support resistance level right here. Very strong support resistance level right here. Last time it was going for sales, catching lower lows. Price broke this level, but failed to hold as resistance, caused a reversal, right? And then again, just last month, we went for sales again. Came back to this level, failed to hold as resistance again, caused a reversal, right? And then we was heading back down there, and then we had that gap, and then price filled that gap up, which is why, again, we see the daily candles looking weird on a couple of these charts. So now we're back in the sweet spot where if we hold this level as resistance, like we did here, we can see the downtrend come into play, which is why I was looking for sales yesterday. But we talked about how we still needed this to be broken for the downtrend to come into play. We see price fail to break that level, and guess what? The downtrend did not come into play like we talked about, and now we're right back where we left off, right? So again, if we hold this level as resistance, we can see possible sales come back. But for the downtrend to come back into play, we still need to hold this level as resistance. But if we break this resistance level, hold it as support, which is attempting to do or was attempting to do, we can see the uptrend come back into play if it breaks this next level here, right? But we see right here, price is kind of retesting and struggling, which is why we're looking for a buy here versus a buy here, right? Because if GJ can hold this level as support, we have a higher likelihood of price continuing to push up versus it just chilling here, right? As we can see. All right, which is why, again, we're looking for a buy setup here. So yeah, you guys kind of can throw people off when you're brand new to trading because again, we went from having days on days, weeks on weeks, and a couple months on months of high volume, clean pushes, clean higher highs, clean lower lows, to these consolidation points. But when we really look at the charts, this is the part of the game because we have these moments all the time take place, right? Where we have a few weeks of nice volume, nice moves, and we have a couple weeks of consolidation, right? And then we have some volume, then we have another couple weeks of consolidation, then we have some volume for a few weeks, consolidation for a couple weeks, right? Like this is just how the charts are, right? The charts aren't going to forever shoot up, the charts aren't going to forever shoot down. There's going to be times where price is consolidating or chilling in place. That's just how the markets work because again, these aren't just random numbers. These are real currencies, these are real futures, these are real metals, right? These are real prices and values. So if the value of something is forever shooting up without any retracements or corrections, or the value of something is forever decreasing without any corrections, it's going to be unstable, right? And the economy and the markets will crash. So there's a reason for everything, but that's why you always got to just take advantage of those days when there's low volume and secure those profits. Don't let winners turn to losers. Don't be greedy. That's why it's super important to take advantage of those days. Also, why it's important to know how to read the charts, right? Because again, when you know how to read the charts, all this confusion goes out the window, and then after all the confusion goes out the window, then it's just you versus you, and you either just gotta accept what it is, or just make life harder for yourself and stressed out and revenge trade, force setups. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Speaking from experience. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We can any charts, drop them in the chat. I'm supposed to be updating the monthly recap. So let me do that. Right. Because what y'all see how we ended last month was how we ended December. Just did a recap of how we ended January yesterday in the free signal free telegram, first link description. We ended January 17-3, giving us an 85% win rate, which is not bad at all. It took 17 wins, only 3 losses. Again, with because the beginning of January was good, but this past two and a half weeks, that's when things kind of got shaky and iffy. But even with that, we still had an excellent month, which again is why it's important to think long term when it comes to investing, right? Because it's always going to be a good day or a tough day. But what's important is how you ended the week, how you ended the month, right? How you ended the quarter. That's what's ultimate. Like everybody can have a winning day, right? Everybody can have a losing day, but how consistent are your winning days? How consistent are your wins? How big are your wins, right? That's what's really important when it comes to investing, right? So, absolutely not bad at all. Get everything's data time to document it, post a recap that we get in every week, send a link out every day when we go live. At the beginning of every week, we drop the Sunday chart analysis, all that good stuff. And of course, all the trades we do end up taking with the members and students, if we don't enter during the London session lives, we break them down during the London session lives. An absolutely nice way to start off the year. Can't complain about that. Again, I got to update it on StreamYard. I'll do that in a second, but let me put this back on the smaller time frame so we just pay attention to these charts right here. I want to see if you can break this level. Price rejecting that level. So again, price isn't holding it as support yet. We simply just don't enter yet. It's that simple. NAS is retesting this level. So again, as far as NAS100 is concerned, this is my gameplay with NAS, right? Because again, we had a gap as well. We can see the wonky candlestick from yesterday on all these charts. So at this point, this is what the game plan is, right? So of course you can look for short-term buys, short-term sells here, but I don't necessarily like to go for short-term plays. I like to go for higher highs or lower lows. So that being said, I got my alerts here. Gameplay is still the same as yesterday, right? Price did fill this gap up, but it failed to hold 21.420, 21.430 as support, like we was talking about, right? Just like when price broke this level, when it retraced during London session, it failed to hold as resistance. And then again, when the news popped off, even the news failed to break back below this level, right? So the gameplay is still the same. If it can break a hold 21.430 as support, I'm looking for buys going back up to 21,700. Or it breaks a whole 21,000 as resistance. I'm looking for sales going to 20,770, right? Now, if it holds 21,210 as resistance, you can see short-term sales going down to 21,000 on 20. But that's the thing, right? Because that's why I'm not really taking a setup here, because this can be held as support or resistance. But again, for the trend to continue or pick back up, it's going to still need to have to break below this level here or this level here, right? So you see again, when price broke below these levels was going for sales, price broke above these levels was going for buys. So that's really what we're waiting on right now. And again, this is the second week in a row where we had gaps throwing things off, right? But again, now that we understand what's happening, we just got to adjust and wait, right? We know what's happening, we understand what's happening, we got a game plan. Now we just gotta wait and stick to that game plan, right? So that's simple. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts in the chat. But yeah, let me go ahead and update this thing on the screen, y'all. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today as well, y'all. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. All playlists are up to date. All right, just like with NAS, GU had that gap, right? The gap got filled up, but when it broke above it, failed to hold that support, which is why we're still waiting to see if it can hold that support. You see what I'm saying? And we also see GJ again struggling. That's why again we're not so concerned about trying to catch every pip. And for reversals, because as we can see here, price is still struggling on this level to either hold that support or resistance, right? So we're waiting to enter off this level or off this level here, right? Make sure to like the live, y'all. I appreciate those that liked it. Let's see what this next hour looks like. So if you're just still following this all that support, let's see what this next 15 hour looks like. We also see GU. Got a nice wick. I like wicks, but I would like to see if we can still hold this little S support right here, right? We're still chilling right underneath it. And that's the respect this little S support as well. Again, we got news at 10 a.m. today, so make sure to keep that in mind. And as far as New Zealand news, we got New Zealand news at 4:45, right before markets close. We got GN pushing back up. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. And we can get your charts up in the chat. Got new videos dropping on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all my platforms today. So make sure to have your movies on and all that good stuff. All right, G is going for another attempt. Let's see if we can hold this. GJ's pushing back up as well. Again, we're looking to see if we can hold 24.30 as support. If we can hold 24.30 as support, we can look for buys going to 24.75. That's what we're looking at right now. New 5-minute about to pop up. Those just join the stream. We have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description and join the free signal room free Telegram. You see on your screen, I forgot, I got to update that. That's how we did last month. You go right here in the free signal free Telegram, and you go to yesterday, you'll see how we ended last month. That's how we ended January 17 and 3. I got to update it on the stream side. I'm just watching the charts right now in crypto on my other screen. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. I'm looking at your charts. Drop in the chat. Might see some action coming into this hour, though, depending on if we can hold this level. 1 month down, y'all. 11 more months to go. All right, y'all saw how quick last year flew by. Let's not waste this year, y'all. Let's not waste this year, right? 4th day into the month. Let's get it, y'all. All right, we just broke this level, so we're going to see how this candlestick closes, right? We got 3 minutes to the next 15, a 5-minute pops up. So we're about to see if we can close and hold this level as support right here. Yeah, so we're watching right now GN and GU. All right, y'all. GU just broke this low, so again, we're waiting to see if we can hold and retest and respect this as support, which is what we're watching take place right now. And then with GN, we're watching and waiting. Again, got our alert right here to see if we can break this resistance level at 2190, 2195 and hold that as support. If we can hold that level as support, we can see price going back up to 2275, bringing us back to where we left off prior to the very long reversal that took place the beginning of last month. Again, we was catching all these buys. You can't really see it. Let me zoom in. We was catching all these buys on GN and EN. And then when we came to this previous high, price fell to break that resistance level, chilled here for 3 weeks, tried again, rejected, and then tanked. Again, you can see here from the beginning of January all the way to the second week, the middle of January. And then you can see here, price stayed here from the 14th all the way to the 24th. So literally the entire month of January, besides like the last 3 days, price was just struggling to do anything, right? But we broke that level yesterday. We got a nice higher high getting made right now. So we can break this resistance level, hold it back as support. We can end up right back where we left off and possibly see these highs get taken out and the uptrend come back into play. All right. So that's what we're going to be looking for today. Again, we got 10 a.m. news popping off for the USD. And then we have 4:45 New Zealand news right before markets close. Not going to be going live with the members students today. Going to be going live tomorrow with the members during the ADP. So members, make sure to be on the lookout for that. All right, so let's see how this retest plays out. Again, if you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When we get any charts, drop in the chat. Make sure to like the live and subscribe, y'all. All right, y'all. We're still gonna be on the charts, but you already know the drill, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the line. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description to the free signal for your Telegram. The interest in how to identify these levels, signal service or mentorship program. You already know links are all in the description and bio. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all's screen. If y'all want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram or Telegram. I respond to all messages. Again, new video dropping for y'all later on today during the New York session. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. And I got new videos posting on TikTok and Instagram later on today as well. Members be on the lookout for the New York price watch list in a few hours. It's still gonna be on the charts, so still be watching GU and GJ and GN closely. But as we can see, price is kind of just chilling right now. So between now and 6 o'clock, if we don't see any action, don't be too shocked or surprised. The price kind of does what it did yesterday and chill up until 10 a.m. All right, y'all. We're gonna be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 a.m. EST.